You are not ugly, but your thoughts are. So this is the only video you're ever going to need to watch in order to change your appearance to be exactly as you wish and stop the criticism of how big you are or how small you are, how much you want to change something on your face or how much you don't. And you can become even more beautiful. I literally just heard the most beautiful thing today to explain exactly what it is that I'm trying to say in this video. And essentially think about it this way. When we go into the woods and we see some thin trees or fat trees or wonky branches or orange leaves that haven't had enough sun, we tend to just allow that tree, those trees, to be absolutely perfect as they are. In fact, we look at them in awe because their imperfection is absolutely perfect. That wonky tree, the size of that trunk, the color of the leaves, it all adds to the beauty, it all adds to the magnificence of the woods. It's stunning. And we can all agree on that. But yet when it comes to human beings, we've got a few things to say. Your nose is too big. Your arms are too fat. We want to pick people apart, but most importantly, we want to pick ourselves apart. And we do it so well. And we do not apply the same grace that we give nature to ourselves when we are nature ourselves. We are perfect as we are ourselves. We allow the trees to be what they are, and we see them for the magnificence they are. And so when we start looking at ourselves and how we want to look and how we want to show up and how magnetic and attractive and beautiful we want to be, we really want to start looking at ourselves and others exactly the same way as we do when we look at nature, which is just allowing nature to be nature. You wouldn't climb a mountain and be like, you're too tall. Would you? Well, maybe you would. I might get a bit tired of it. But you wouldn't be tearing apart nature because everybody knows the ocean is perfect as it is. Beaches are perfect as they are. The woods are undeniably majestic and beautiful. And the same goes for us. We may have ginger hair, we may have brown hair, we may have blonde hair, we may have no hair. But we are all magnificently perfect in every single way. And the more that you begin to see yourself as such, the more beautiful you become. And it's not even about changing anything about your appearance. When people come to me with appearance changes, to be honest, my prescription, is self-love. Because when you love yourself, you don't notice that your nose may be, whatever that you've noticed, whichever craziness that you've noticed. Have you also noticed when someone comes to you like, oh, I want, whatever, my lips doing or whatever, or I want my nose, a nose job. And we always say to our friends, like, you literally don't need it. Like, you are perfect. We cannot see what it is that other people are seeing, and vice versa. When other people look at us, they're like, what is wrong? Like, what do you mean you want to change something about yourself? You're perfect. You're beautiful as you are. So this really is about changing your appearance through self-love and through understanding that you are absolutely perfect as you are. And so that's the only way to show up, because when you are doubting yourself, when you are fearful, when you lack that confidence, you're simply just not loving yourself. And that's okay. It's changeable. We can change and fix absolutely anything and everything. So really, to start becoming more beautiful, enchanting, and magnetic when you show up is to really stop the comparison that we have and stop the criticism that we have, not just of ourselves, but of others. But here's the thing, is that if you are a highly critical person, which I'm definitely no stranger to that criticism, especially when I did my ayahuasca trip, it was very apparent how critical I'd been of myself and others, how judgmental I'd been. If you are very critical of others, the change begins with you, because you can't stop being critical of others and pointing out other things about others unless you stop doing that with yourself. If you are highly critical of yourself, of course, the first thing you're going to notice when someone walks into a room is their shoes don't match their dress or whatever it is that you notice, right? And this all adds to your beauty. It adds to your essence. It adds to your charm and your magnetism, because when you are radiating love, when you're radiating joy and happiness, and there is no criticism in your mind, your face changes. Literally, the criticism that you have of others and yourself is making you ugly. The jealousy that you may feel when you're scrolling Instagram and seeing people that have this life that you may not have right now because of your beliefs, which you can change, is making you ugly, because it's like changing your face and changing your structure and how you show up and how aggressive or, feminine you may be. So the first step is really understanding that criticism of yourself and others is making you ugly. And so really the way that I ended up combating that was, if I did have those critical thoughts, which I did at the time, I was like 15, 16 when I started to realize I'm very critical, I would force myself to say 3 nice things about that person. 3 nice things. And you may say, well, how does this influence my beauty? Well, when you start seeing and noticing nice things and beautiful things and lovely things and adding beauty to situations and adding beauty to circumstances and to people, beauty finds you, not just within you, but also it starts to radiate out of you. Beauty is not just how a person looks. It's the energy that someone has. It's a magnetism that someone has. When you walk into a room, who you want to be stood next to, who you feel safe with, that's beauty. That's true beauty. It's not about how skinny or, larger or whatever you are. Because really nobody remembers that. Like when you think about like going to the airport, for example, and you think about, people that really stood out to you, like, do you even remember those people? Do you even remember if someone's arm was, a little bit too big, or, their leg was too long, or like their nose was too, do you even remember that stuff? Like, we don't remember that about other people, but we expect other people to remember that about us. We're all too trapped in our own simulation. We can't see your flaws because all we can see is our own. So it really starts with you understanding that there are no flaws, that everything is perfect. You are already perfect. And when you stop the criticism, you can start implementing self-love. And I speak about this all the time, but it will change your life. It will literally change your life. Loving yourself, approving of yourself, sitting in front of the mirror naked and loving on yourself for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You don't have to do this every day, but it's like a nice ritual to do, to really get that intimacy with yourself and start approving of yourself, looking in your eyes, seeing your innocence, seeing your fears, seeing your doubts, and just loving every inch of yourself, because you're absolutely perfect the way that you are. This is literally how you make people fall in love with you. I mean, if you want someone to conform, if you want someone to choose you, you have to start choosing yourself, loving yourself, and not just the fake stuff. Like, yeah, I like myself. I'm this. You like yourself because you make this amount of money. You like yourself because you dress nice. You like yourself because you have nice jewelry. Like, that's not liking yourself. That's conditional. You like yourself because you get massages. Oh, I take care. Self-care. Self-care is not self-love. Loving yourself, being intimate with yourself. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about true intimacy, looking into your eyes and falling madly, deeply in love with the pain, with the suffering, with the hardships, with the failures, with every part of yourself. Like, you are perfect. You can't fake that stuff. It's not like, oh yeah, I like myself now. Really? Really? Because if you liked yourself, reality would be different. Okay? So really learning how to fall madly in love with yourself. For example, if you believe about yourself, nobody compares to me because I'm a goddess alive. Do you understand how powerful that affirmation is? This removes third parties. This draws in any SP. This makes them conform. This showers you with the love that you deserve because you literally believe that you're a goddess. You start showing up as a goddess. You start feeling like a goddess, and you start radiating like a goddess without having to change anything about your appearance, because newsflash, you don't need to change anything. You're literally gorgeous. Thank you. Thanks for coming to the TED Talk. This video has ended. But I'm being serious. Like, when you're saying these powerful words, like, I love every inch of my incredible body. I am madly, deeply in love with myself. The more I love myself, the happier I become. I am loving myself more and more every day. I am love, and I am loved. Like, you have two choices every single day to choose love or fear. And the fear could be acting out, chasing someone, texting someone too much. I've been that, or not texting people enough because you're avoidant. I've also been that. And, not showing up as your highest self-worth because you don't believe in yourself, because you doubt yourself. That's choosing fear. But choosing love is knowing that you are fully supported no matter what, that you are fully taken care of no matter what, and that you will always be provided for by your world. And that is pure love. That's showing up completely uninhibited, like no qualms, no worries, no fears. The universe has got your back, and so do you. And that's when you start radiating that joy and that light. So the love that you have for yourself, when you begin to radiate that love for yourself and emanate that love out, it will boomerang back to you tenfold. That's why I have the Radiate Love meditation on my channel, where you're radiating love to your inner child, to your family and friends, healing whatever needs to be healed there, to your SP or to a new desired person, and healing whatever needs to be healed there. And it boomerangs back all the way to you. In fact, I'm going to go do it now. So I'm going to go meditate. I'm on my 3rd day of a water fast and I have 0 energy. But I had to get this message out because I love you and you're beautiful and you don't need to change anything. And the more that you love yourself, the more that others will love you, and the more that others will choose you, and the more that you will be on the pedestal to choose whoever it is that you want. You choose, you get chosen, you are it. So I hope this video helped. Happiest of happy new year. You're worthy, you are loved. I love you and thank you.